Hi there and welcome to Talents Promo on BATIMU FM. Talents Promo is a program that promotes artists, and in today's edition we'll be talking to MissyBk, a talented Cameroonian artist based out there in Canada. Yes, sir. MissyBk, Best Artist of the Year 2013 at the HNSS Excellence Award Canada with 6 award nominations since 2012 and with some of them counting for this year 2015. MissyBk is not only an artist, she is also a philanthropist with her foundation known as MissyBk Foundation. When we reach her, you'll get to know more about this. Yes, we'll try to get in touch with MissyBk, who is already on the line from Montreal, Canada. Hello, MissyBk. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. What about you?
I'm cool. Thank you very much. So, Missy. Yeah, how is Canada today? There must be more than enough snow.
It's very, very, very cold out here. But, you know, when you're indoors, you know, you enjoy the warmth. So I think staying in the house is the best thing that we can do right now.
Yes, MissyBk, you are welcome to the program once more. And we do understand that you just released a single known as Ndolo. That is already been aired on BATIMU FM as well as most TV stations and radio stations across the globe. So, tell us a bit about this single, MissyBk.
You know, Dolo, as you know from Cameroon, it means love.
Yes.
The reason why I dwelt on love again was because of, you know, the different things that are happening around the world. You know, I always ask myself, what if we could just give a little bit of love that we feel inside? You know, we will not have those wars that we have every day, this violence, hatred, you know, even health problems. You know, I always tell myself, if we could love a little bit more and hate less, there would be a lot of peace in the world. So that's why I decided to paint my own picture of love in a different way. Yeah, to the public.
Yes, Missy, let me just pull your leg a bit, eh?
Okay. Okay.
Can this song be a reflection of what is happening to you?
Well, I can say yes. You know, actually, before writing the song, you know, my husband that I featured in the video is actually the color of love to me.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So to me, it's also like a true life story. You understand? You know.
Yes. So there must be a lot of Ndolo.
Yeah, you know, I met my husband. We've been married now for almost 9 years.
Wow.
You know, it hasn't always been like Christmas Day. We have our own stress from time to time.
Yes, that's normal.
What dominates the most is love.
Yeah.
You understand? And I remember when I met him, we didn't have time to date.
Wow.
We didn't have time to say, you know, let's make this relationship before we... No. When I met him after 6 weeks, we got engaged.
Yes.
And then after 2 months, 3 months, we got married. And then after like 4 months, I was pregnant. And then 9 months, I had a baby. So
wow.
That was a lot.
You've got a good love story there. So away from that, MissyBk, we also understand that the video of this song has also been released.
Yeah.
And what has been the general reaction after the release of both the audio and video?
The impact is really amazing. The phone calls, the emails, the comments. It's really heartwarming, so to say. And I feel humbled with the fact that the doors that are opening, are still from the same people that listen to this song, let's say, for example, one person hears it and the person likes it, the person will share it, will be like, oh, I know a radio station that can play it. You know, you see, it keeps circulating. And that's how, you know, the network keeps growing. That's where I find myself. I tell God, I ask God for more blessings, and I thank those people for doing that.
Yes, Missy, to tell you something, when a friend of mine listened to this song, he was like, wow, is this from a Cameroonian? I said, of course. You know, BATIMU FM and as well as Tip Top Stars, we have this objective of trying to promote our own. You know, it's not also easy. And when we see people from Cameroon like yourself doing things like this, we become so proud. We do promote other Africans. But then when it comes from Cameroon, at least there is that special touch, you know.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So,
and I just want to tell your friend that thank you for watching, and thank your friend for me.
Okay, I will tell him. So, you featured another artist, I want to think so, Ish, or is it ISH?
Yeah, it's Ishmael. He's actually called Ishmael Meth.
Aha, okay. So who is this Ishmael? And why did you choose Ishmael?
You know, Ishmael is a Canadian. He was born in Haiti, but he grew up in Canada, where I am right now. Actually, he's been doing a lot of shows in and around Canada. You know, I've been to a lot of shows that he performed. And I think the last show that I made up my mind that, you know what, I'm going to feature him was the last concert that he played, you know. When he was singing also like a little bit Afro Zouk and everything. And, you know, you could feel the passion in everything that he was doing, from playing the piano to his vocals and everything. So I just told myself, wow, you know, I would really like him to sing on this track because, you know, he's got the same passion to this vibe, to this kind of music. So that's exactly how it came about. And when I asked him, you know, after the show, I asked him, hey, I've got a track, I would like you to. He was like, of course, yes, sure, I'd like to do it. I was like, okay, that's good. So that's how he got it on the track, and we worked on it.
Yes, Missy, after this release, the latest single, Ndolo, has there been any reaction from maybe people who would want to, you know, see you on stage perform this track?
Of course, I've already started having phone calls from USA, New York, and people are calling even from here. I even have proposals already. People are thinking of, you know, like producing. So I have different suggestions coming up. You know, different people. Like I have people from Nigeria who are getting involved. So it's really getting. So I just see that there will be more coming in the future. So to say.
Yes, where can, if one were to, you know, get this song playing on his set or a computer set, or so, where can one go to? Do you have it on iTunes and other sites where we can have this music?
Oh yes, I have it on iTunes. You know, I was actually discussing with my team. Since you know the Lovers Day just passed, it's a love song. I was thinking maybe I could make a gift for all of my fans and give this track for free to everyone.
Wow!
to download it and keep it and listen to it and enjoy it. So that's what I've been discussing with my team. So once they make up their minds, you know, I'll let the public know.
Wow!
They can have this one for free.
So it actually ties with what you are about preaching, that to extend a hand of fellowship or love, because when people listen to this, I believe it's going to have an impact of them. Are we right?
I really wish that it can touch somebody, or if somebody can relate to it, that will be success for me.
Okay. Yes, Missy, don't go away. Let's listen to a bit of that track Ndolo featuring Ishmael. Are we okay with that?
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm really okay with that. Just bring it on.
Okay, just hold on then. Yes, MissyBk, this one entitled Ndolo. Let's listen to it.
Now the thing where you do me so, you did make me cry. Now the thing where you do me so, I love you all, I love you all.
Oh yes, Nandolo, they carry me go by MissyBk. She is a talented Cameroonian based out there in Montreal, Canada. On the program Talents Promo on BATIMU FM with Titus Banyoh at the microphone. And of course, the great team keeping you company is made of you, Marcel Adik. You are out there in Essen, Germany, taking off BATIMU FM station out there. We have Enes Kanjong for listening very closely out there in Ohio, Columbus. We have Solomon Atata out there in South Africa, to be precise in Johannesburg, and you, Ifana Kuala, out there in Cameroon. I want to say welcome to the show.
You would say I don't call, no be so, papi. You didn't make me the coca, oh, Nandolo, they carry me go, Nandolo, Nandolo, they carry me go, Nandolo, Nandolo. Now the thing where you do.
Oh yes, Ndolo, whose video was officially released. That was on the 14th of February, and of course we know the significance of that day. That was when Ndolo actually flowed through the bones of most lovers out here in Belgium, to be precise, out there in Brussels. And we know all of you out there across the globe, you were celebrating love. So we'll get back to our guest of the day, MissyBk, to continue with the interview. That's part 2. Hello.
Hi.
Yes. Then don't carry me go.
You don't carry, you go.
Yes, MissyBk, I must say that this is quite a good one, and anybody listening to it must actually have a feeling of love, you know, and you actually chose the right rhythm to pass on the message of love, which is a zouk. So, Missy,
so
we do understand that you are not only an artist, but you are a philanthropist. And now we are going to talk about your foundation, the MissyBk Foundation. And you launched it in Cameroon. But then, how long did you nurse this idea before its implementation?
You know, actually, the way the idea came about, you know, it's been a long time. I've never talked about it. Mm-hmm. Maybe this will be the first time that I will really talk about this.
Wow.
To the public, how I came about this. You know, when I was still almost 4 to 5 years old, my father decided to leave. He he left us. And I still remember that, you know, him with my mom, they were not really in good terms because he didn't really want my mom to go to school. Oh. So, you know, back in those days, you know, fathers believed that, you know, the mothers had to be home and the fathers had to go to work. So my mom had to go and study nursing, but he didn't really want that to happen. So after that, they had some complications, and then, they had to go their separate ways. But I was too young, I still remember I was daddy's girl, because he always carried me, But I remember when things were not really going that well, I remember I was taking my grandfather, my grandmother came and took us, and that was it. They just told us that your parents will fix your problems and then they'll come back and get you.
Okay.
And that was the end of it. So when we went to live with our grandparents, we didn't really have much time, to come back, to see our parents. And they only came back to tell us that, finally they had to separate. So I lived all along thinking that, my grandfather told me that the door is open for him to come at any time. But he never showed up till date.
Oh.
He never showed up. And when I was growing up, I was 9 years old, almost 10. We came to visit my mother, so we had to go back. So while going back to the village to see my grandparents, we saw him. I was so excited. I was so excited. I said, "Oh, finally, there he is." And then my mom said, "I want you to, because me and my brother, go and pass in front of him, pass in front of him and see if he will recognize you or talk or do anything." I remember I was going with this excitement, and when I reached in front of him, I remember he was smoking a cigarette. I was looking at him in his face, staring at him just to look at me, just 1 second. He looked at us, but looked away and smoked his cigar. And I remember I was looking at him, my elder brother was pulling me, and my elder brother was telling me that if he cannot recognize you now, he will never recognize you. Let's go. I remember I cried and I was going. That was the most devastating thing that ever happened to me. And I grew up all alone, my mom got married to my stepdad. They're still married for almost 19 to 20 years now. And I grew up all along, still hoping that one day, he will show up. There's always been this empty space inside of me. Asking myself, how could he just leave without saying anything? And he never looked back. Did he really love his children? I had this question. And I kept questioning my mind. And I started having different ways of looking at men at the time. I didn't really care anymore. I was just telling myself, if this is how it's going to be, then you know what? I'm not really going to care about anything. I realized that the negative energy was taking over me. So I kept talking to my mom. My mom is like my firm foundation. She taught me many things, led me to different directions, and made me to understand different things, And that's exactly when I started asking. My mom always told me one thing: you should be lucky to have us. We're still here. I'm still here for you. If he never looked back, maybe he will never look back. Maybe he will come back. And then when I grew up, it was almost like 4 years ago, I started telling myself, the way I feel now, if I feel this terrible, if I feel this way, not like my father is dead, maybe he's dead somewhere, then what more of children who don't even have one?
Right.
Who don't even have somebody to look up to? Who don't even have somebody to call a mother or a father? How do they feel then? That's exactly where I started having these questions in mind. I told myself, I need to use the energy that I have in me to turn it into something positive. I should try to use this positive vibe inside right now to influence the lives of all the people out there who don't even have that hope. And that's where my journey started. I started building the momentum back then. My mom kept on talking to me. She kept on coaching me because I grew up in a house where we didn't have a lot, but my mom adopted children, and even though she didn't have anything, she would always share. And she always told us, if you have a chance to help somebody, Don't wait till you have millions before you help that person. If you really want to do it from the heart, start now. And she always tells me, even if you have $1 and you feel like your neighbor needs something, you can take that $1 and share it into 50 cents, and you both will be happy.
Oh.
She told me she believes that if I use what I feel inside or the feelings that I have towards humanity to try to make a difference in somebody's life or to try to create that positive impact, then that will be something good. So that's how I decided to turn, my own bitter past, to turn my own, I still call that space a blank space, to try to inspire somebody else who does not even have even a space.
Oh.
Like the space is just empty, you understand? So that's how I decided to create my foundation, to give hope to the hopeless out there. And I just wanted to be there for these children.
Okay.
So from there, that's how I started off with the 5 kids I'm sponsoring in Bamenda.
Okay. So
and the main goal, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was coming to that. So just continue your goals.
Yeah. So the main goal for my foundation was not only to send them to school or to buy them books, or the main goal was to be there for them.
Okay.
I want to give them the feeling that if you need somebody to count on, if you need somebody to trust, or somebody just to listen to, you can call on me.
Okay.
That's the feeling that I want to give to them, because I still believe that giving them money or books or things to go to school, if you don't give them love, I know I cannot give them the maximum love, but if I can just give them my time, my attention, it will change. It will change something inside of them.
Okay.
And I talk to them every month.
Okay, that's great.
After 2 weeks, sometimes every week.
Yes, MissyBk, we have 10 regions in Cameroon. Do you have a particular area where you will concentrate, or with time you're going to extend throughout the whole country?
At the moment, since last year, I try to put more. I'm not trying to focus only on, because my sponsor children are in Bamenda. My focus is not only Bamenda, because there are thousands of children around Cameroon.
Okay.
Who are who are less privileged, who are abandoned, who don't have parents. You understand? What I'm trying to do is I could try to, with the different programs that my foundation is offering, for example, like the Tools for School, the Make-A-Wish, we can approach different district areas in Cameroon. It could be Southwest, Northwest, Central, it could be the littoral province, but we don't have to have a specific area that we need to focus on, but we need to, address areas that need help the most.
Okay. Now, we do understand that it's quite a Herculean task to take such a venture. Permit me put it this way. Is it a one-man show, or you have some sponsors?
At the moment, to be honest with you, the way I started the foundation, I did not have support from any extended, let's say, offices. Last year, since I had the idea to launch the foundation, after I released my baby, the track My Baby featuring Anya Zoe, that was an opportunity for me that gave me the chance to tour around Canada, to give concerts and everything. So all the money that I had from this concert, I used this money to actually sponsor the events that are going on in my foundation at the moment.
Oh.
But as time goes on, if any people are willing to help, that will be great. But for now, I'm more focused on the shows that I'm having. Each show that I have, I use the money to help the children back at home.
Okay. Yes, MissyBk, that is very, very, very grateful. And I'm so elated. But then, before we go to the next question, we want to use this medium to call on people listening to us now that they should actually put their hands together to kind of support you in this wonderful work that you are doing. Let more people call you up for shows so that you raise money to kind of continue with your good work. Yes. Now, have the officials in Cameroon been supportive in any way in your project?
I started this last year, and I haven't really been home for a while now.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful to have the two ladies that are supporting me back at home. Maybe it's because we did not approach any office yet. But for our next project that we are about to undertake, because we want to give malaria test kits, we want to give about 1,000 to 2,000 malaria test kits to the local hospitals around Cameroon. But I was informed that the government could possibly help if I know somebody who works there. They could reduce the cost of it to let me buy it in a cheaper rate.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen somebody yet who will be able to do that. But I'm still looking for the right people, the right connections, to get connected to the government officials who will be willing and able to support this movement.
Okay. Yes, Missy, has any of the children, the orphans you have helped or you have been helping, ever indicated that he or she wishes to be like you, maybe a singer in the future, or something of that nature?
I was talking because I talk to them. I'm like an elder sister to them. So I remember because the last time that I sent my coordinators to go and visit them was the 1st of January, because they had to organize a party for them. They did extremely well in school. All of them were in the top 10 in class.
Okay.
So we had to do something for them. So I was talking with them the other day. Miranda, one of them. She came first in class.
Wow.
Miranda told me. She calls me sister. She told me, sister, I told you that I sing, right? I said, yeah, I remember you told me that you sing. I would really, really like to sing someday. I remember I told you, Miranda, anything you want to be, you can be it.
Okay.
And she told me, sister, I also want to be successful. I said, that's exactly what you're doing. I always make them to understand that they have the yam and the knife. And if they want to cut a bigger portion, they will cut it. If they want to cut just a piece, they will do it. It all depends on the willing and the will. I try to make them to understand at all times that they have all what it takes to be successful. It does not matter where you come from. I also made them to understand that where I am now, if you ask my mother, she will tell you, my daughter has always been somebody who believes, When I was still growing up, we didn't have money. I used to tell my mom, I want to leave. I want to go out of the country. And my mom would tell me, do you want to fly using a broom or something? Because I don't even have money to put food on the table.
Yeah.
And I would tell her, and each time when I see the planes flying by, I'll say, Mom, one day I'll be the one flying like that.
Right.
And she will tell me, sometimes you're crazy. How do you think? I'm not even having money to pay your fees. How will you be flying in a plane to go somewhere? And finally, it happened. I remember when I was leaving, she told me, my daughter, you taught me something. If you believe, you will make it.
Right.
It doesn't matter the situation you're facing. And that's exactly what I'm telling these children. It doesn't matter if they're orphans. It does not matter if they've lost their parents. But what matters is the will. Are you willing to fight for your future? Because if you are willing, you will make it. And you will make it even more than people who even have. And your story will be different. So that's exactly what I tell them each day.
Oh, that's great. So, MissyBk, I want to thank you very much. But before you go, where can one have more information about this MissyBk Foundation? Do you have a website?
Website is I have a website. It's just still working on it, but people can have access to it. It's MissyBkFoundation.com.
Okay. Yes. And one last word before we take leave of you, MissyBk.
I would first of all like to thank you for this opportunity, for accepting me, and for the warm invitation on the program today.
You're welcome.
I also want to thank the people listening out there, the devoted fans, because without you, without them, I will not be sitting here now talking to you. So I really want to take this privilege to thank them.
Okay.
I want to thank my family, my husband, my children. They are my number one fans.
Okay.
I want to thank my mother for believing in me at all times.
Okay.
I want to say hi to my brother and my brother's wife, Susan, who just gave birth. Maybe she's listening right now.
Wow.
And I say hi to Audrey, my little one. And I want to thank my team, especially all the guys working with me, Will Beats, for producing this great song, and to everybody out there listening right now.
Okay. Thank you very much, MissyBk, and wish you the best as you carry on your activities on the MissyBk Foundation. In the meantime, I want to call on those listening to us and those who will listen after the this one, because we're going to have a rebroadcast. We want to call on them to put your hands together and try to support things like this. For example, the MissyBk Foundation based out there in Cameroon. Thank you very much, and want to say bye-bye.
Thank you too. Have a wonderful day.
Same to you. Bye. Yes, that was MissyBk. She is a Cameroonian, very talented, based out there in Montreal, Canada. She has been talking to us on the program Talents Promo about her recent release entitled Ndulu, and of course about her foundation, MissyBk Foundation, based out there in Cameroon. Let's listen to her latest release, Ndulu, and this one is dedicated to you, somebody listening and congratulating us on the program. His name is Ken Charlie Monet, the great boss. Let's listen to Ndulu.
Now the thing where you do me so, you didn't make me cry. Now the thing where you do me so, I love you all, I love you all. Papa, mama, I don't go, no be so, brother. Now the thing where you do me so, you didn't make me cry. Now the thing where you do me so, I love you all, I love you all. Sherry, you could say I don't call, no be so. Papi, you didn't make me the coca-cola. Nandolo, he carry me go. Nandolo, Not a thing where you do me so. You did make me cry. Not a thing where you do me so.
Oh yes, with that we have come to the end of Talents Promo. In today's edition, we're talking to MissyBk. She is an artist, a Cameroonian based out there in Montreal, Canada. The team that kept you company in today's edition of the program, Marcel Adik, taking care of the SN studios, so SN station, BATIMU FM out there in Germany. We have Enes Kanjo for listening very closely out there. Ken Shalimonette out there in the United States of America. We also have Solomon Atta out there in South Africa. Efana Kuala out there in Cameroon. Moral support from Cassandra Kinde, Yondo Serafin at the microphone. I've been Titus Banyoh saying bye bye. Don't go away. We have lots and lots of fun out here on BATIMU FM. Don't forget, we are 1 year old. BATIMU FM kicked off last February. We're going to do a special program on that in the days ahead. It's Talents Promo signing off.